Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
I loved it.
You loved it?
I loved it.
That was a surprise. I didn't even tell you about it. What Brady's talking about is the timer. Of course, all of you who are on video saw that. Those of you who are on audio don't really get to see our timers. And what we do on the video piece is we run generally it's a 50-second countdown, but this one was a minute. This one was Thanksgiving themed, and our generally 50-second countdown thingy is just, like I said, general, but
It had extra sauce.
It did have extra sauce, dressings, and gravies.
Stuffings.
Stuffings.
In bed.
Bed. Welcome to episode 79 of the Play It By Ear podcast. As you can see, it's just me and Brady here right now.
Temporarily.
Yes, Todd will be along. So with that, we'll say congratulations to Ethan Griffin, who was inducted into the Hillsborough High School Honor Society, which goes to show you that Ethan did definitely get his brains from his mother. So congratulations to Ethan. He is being inducted as we speak. And Todd, like I said, will be along shortly.
Eric, we've discussed this before, and this sounds like sour grapes, but I swear it's not. A self-realization where both of us were good students, and we could have been an honor society.
Had we chosen,
but yes, that 1/5 of extra sauce that would have got us to honor society was spent
socializing,
having too much fun. Now, not the illegal kind. I'm just saying, like, shenanigans.
Yes.
Tomfoolery, which leads us to this podcast today.
Exactly.
We're just doing what we used to do.
Well, what we've done ever since then. I mean,
what we've been doing forever, basically.
The roots of this show were sown back in the 80s somewhere. And here we are.
Our crazy oats. I see that Edgar Allan Poe is still lurking over your right shoulder.
Oh, yeah, over here.
Yeah.
Guess my right is my left on my screen here.
Yes. And for those of you listening on audio, Eric has a lamp in his room, and the reflection off the monitor behind him makes it look like Edgar Allan Poe is looking over his shoulder. And on bad days, it kind of maybe looks like Benjamin Harrison. But anyway, it's there.
Is Benjamin Harrison worse than Edgar Allan Poe?
Well, no, it's just a bigger stretch of the imagination. I'm a social studies teacher and a geek, so therefore it looks like Benjamin Harrison.
Welcome, Savannah, Hall of Famer in the house.
Savannah.
7 people in the room currently. Chime in if you like. We would love to know who's here with us.
And on that note, I would like to say, Ms. King and Casey, we picked up some coworkers that now listen. Some of my newfangled coworkers that have just now started to dip their toe in the pool and listen to us. So,
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
As you dip your toe in that pool.
Yes.
Welcome another Hall of Famer, Allison. Allison's near her retirement date, which makes me a bit jealous because I taught Allison in school, so she should not be retiring before me, but that was her choice in the military, and it turned out to be a good one for her because she'll get to retire young in life, unlike me and unlike you. They keep changing the rules on us, so who knows?
Just think, her old teacher, she could vanquish you with 50 ways using a straw and 51 if she uses the wrapper.
Exactly, and probably another 51 using her pinky only. So she said, yes, I'm sure I'll work again. Well, or maybe you won't. You know, you have that option. It's good to have options always.
Options are good.
All right. Once again, episode 79 of the Play It By Ear podcast. If you've never been here before, you know that we will talk 20 minutes on a particular topic brought to the table by each of us. And we have not yet had those discussions until this very moment on this podcast. So you'll be hearing of these things just like we will be hearing of these things.
Miss Wilson, the gobbledygook time. I know it was mentioned last year a little bit, but we do have new listeners. I wanted to say that I had a scheme, but I could not make it work because my acting debut was in 3rd grade when I played Mr. Turkey in the Sardinia Elementary play. And I was
Mr. Turkey.
That's a fancy way to walk. Yeah. And but anyway, you guys cast dispersion on my description of my gobble, which was a red water balloon attached to my chin with an elastic strap. And I was going to break out the gobble, but I did not have the right kind of elastic. And it did not look the way that I imagined it. So for our video listeners, there would have been a lot of confusion. So
nice. There's a blast from the past right there.
Right
Sardinia
there.
Elementary, 3rd grade. All right. As we said, Todd will be along shortly. He will have our middle segment. Brady will have our opening segment. And as we stated kind of in the description of the show on Facebook and social media, this is a Thanksgiving-themed episode, considering the fact this is Thanksgiving week. So we'll have all kinds of Thanksgiving gobbledy tomfoolery. As a
Tom Turkey foolery.
Yes, exactly. So with that, Brady, 20 minutes. The floor is yours.
The floor is mine. Oh my, dangerous words. So, I wanted to keep this lighthearted and fun. And Thanksgiving, I've been very upfront about this. Is one of my favorite holidays because just simply based on when I would wake up in the morning and my mother was cooking the bed for our family gatherings, and it smelled so good. And I love roast turkey to this day. Like real turkey is one of my favorites. But with that, every Thanksgiving sometimes has some embarrassing moments. And I have found a few embarrassing moments that have been shared on the interwebs. And we could rank these by horror and just laugh at them and be glad that it wasn't us on these.
So is this the Thanksgiving version of that game we sometimes play? Now the name flew out of my ear.
Am I the bottle?
No. The one where we rank the bad things, where they're given a number.
Yeah. Oh, misery index.
Misery index. Yes. I was thinking.
Oh my gosh! I do declare.
I got the vapors.
I say that's Todd Griffin.
Todd Griffin.
Howdy.
We were congratulating Ethan before you came on, and we said he most certainly got his brains from his mother. And then this is proof.
Starting off with jokes, I see.
That's right.
Busting your chops, see?
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Thank you guys. Congratulations to my son Ethan for his accomplishment.
Yes, and Eric and I were waxing poetically on our lack of honor.
Yes.
That we.
Yeah, mine was by choice too. I will choose free will.
I'll tell you what kept me off Honor Society. Algebra 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
That's what kept me off Honor Society.
Because stopping us, except an angle side theorem.
I was too busy writing parodies and inappropriate rap songs when I was in school, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, that was it.
So, Todd, as you're coming in here, we are going to be talking about some embarrassing Thanksgiving stories, courtesy of the interwebs.
All right.
So this first one, and I'm going to read this as written because somebody took it upon themselves. It's called, this one is a Southern Tale.
T-A-I-L
the land of
or
cotton.
T-A-L-E?
T-A-L-E. That's a different forum. So
I do declare.
I'll see, that's a bit too sultry for these airwaves. Anyway, this one is a Southern Tale, and here goes. This person's embarrassing moment, and what makes this funny is the way it's written, so I'm going to read it as is. Me and Mimo dropped the bird. He was in a bag, so only his leg actually touched her freshly pined salt floor. I cussed in front of her when the bag juice that was the temperature of lava got all over my foot. She didn't say my full name or anything, so I knew it was okay. When we I guess they mean like, your middle name and your last name to know when you're really in trouble.
Yeah.
When we proceeded to clean up the mess, rinse the leg, and used canned broth in the dressing, it wasn't until after dinner when folks commenced to caterwauling over those who had passed that and I told them the floor turkey. Chests were grabbed and gasps were made. My full name came out once more from a southern geriatric lady. So this guy dropped the bird.
Yes.
Cursed because the lava-like Uis got all over his foot, and his grandmother let him pass until he mentioned he dropped it on the floor. And then when everybody went, oh, the vapors, then that is when she broke into his first, middle, and last name.
So was that because he gave up the secret?
I think it's because he gave up the secret, which, a good Southerner does not do. I think that's less embarrassing and more than just that's some well-told tale in Southernese.
I think that's a good tale written in Southernese, although I did not hear a governor. There has to be a governor.
The governor. The governor disapproves of that turkey leg on the floor.
Governor. Guvna.
N-A-H, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. We'll probably never look at chocolate milk the same, is what this one says. Just being milk. Chocolate milk. All right, here we go. It wasn't embarrassing. It wasn't my embarrassing moment, but my brother's. Too memorable not to share. Mom had been cooking in the kitchen all day, preparing an amazing meal. My brother kept snacking, and my mom told him to stop because he would fill up before dinner. She said to have a glass of milk. Unbeknownst to her, he drank the entire container of chocolate milk before supper. Supper was ready, and everyone was seated around the table, and Mom brings this beautiful turkey bird and places it in the middle of the table. And all of a sudden, when everyone is oohing and eyeing, my brother makes a disturbing gagging sound. I look over, and he promptly barfs the entire container of chocolate milk all over the turkey. We only had sides that year.
He gave up the gravy. So do you have to say I forget exactly how it was said, but turkey bird? Couldn't you just say turkey? That's like
tuna fish.
Tuna
fish.
Rant on that.
Yeah,
turkey bird as opposed to turkey mongoose.
Rather redundant.
Yes.
Turkey salamander.
You could go with turkey, or you could just go with bird. You don't need to say bird.
A bird could.
You're right. It could. Yeah.
Could be a duck.
But at Thanksgiving,
be the country.
At Thanksgiving, you say who's going to carve the bird. Nobody's expecting anything but a turkey.
Exactly.
I mean, some people may.
Would you love for somebody out there that actually poached a turkey vulture, and it was prepared for the meal? But anyway, all right.
See the stuffing in that.
Yeah. Roadkill stuffing with possum entrails.
Possum meat and celery chunks.
Like Wendy's chili.
You're going to get sued for saying Wendy's chili has possum meat in it, Brady.
I know.
So I knew the vomit was coming when you said chocolate milk. Milk.
This one is funny, but there's one certain word, and you're going to know it when I get to it. It's going to cause raucous laughter, and you cannot say this word without laughing. But I have questions about this story, so let's go. Prepping my very first bed, I called the Walmarts to complain that they had sold me a turkey without the bag of giblets in it.
Now wait a minute. Did he write, I called the Walmarts with an S?
He did. He did. I can prove it later. So then on Thanksgiving, I pulled it out of the oven with a bag of giblets falling out of it. Turns out she had been poking the wrong end of the turkey. Now, I have questions.
That sounds like somebody. That sounds like an old man, like talking about somebody like they're dumb. And I tell you, he's been poking the wrong end of the turkey for years.
I could have gone with our topic
the wrong tree.
the dadisms.
Yeah,
You're right, Gerard. They've been poking the wrong end of the turkey for years. But is giblets just guts, or is it a particular kind of gut? Is it like turkey testicles, turksticles, or are they, or is it like intestines and liver and all the other stuff?
Those are called goblets. Turkey testicles are.
So, that is a fancy way to walk.
What is? Somebody out there surely knows what a giblet is. We have anybody listening tonight?
And I swear, besides Thanksgiving, the only time I ever hear giblets mentioned is in cat food commercial where there's giblet flavored.
Okay, here we go. Basically, giblets, pronounced with a soft G like gin, rhymes with riblets, are what we collectively call any of the edible organs of fowl, like turkey, as well as chicken, goose, and duck. Giblets generally include the liver and can include the gizzard, neck, kidneys, and heart. So
no crop.
Sounds like some protein, some good old protein.
No
there.
crawl.
Oh, and we didn't even have to look it up. Our audience chimes in, Allison and Miss Wilson. Gizzard, heart, liver, kidneys, and that's also what Miss Wilson says.
I thought giblets were what you guys ordered at Long John Silver's.
Those are barnacles, sir.
Barnacles.
Fried giblets.
Fish giblets. That sounds like something to yell when you stub your toe. Fish giblets. But anyway. Well, that was but yeah, now here, audience, does anybody actually eat those? Like willingly?
It sounds like it'd be good fishing bait. Catch you some carp, cut out that mud vein, go to town.
Good eating. Gotta say
it. Howard, it's been so
Howard?
long. Welcome back.
He says it's the innards.
Innards.
And speaking of innards, this story.
Allison does eat the giblets.
Really?
Okay, I gotta know. It doesn't seem like that's meant to be it. It seems like it would have a foul odor, no pun intended. But I really didn't mean to do that. But like, it seems like it would smell, and it would not, like, its texture would be gross. There's nothing redeeming about it.
Do you fry it? Do you put it on a sandwich? What do you? I mean,
evidently you put it in a bag till it pokes out its buttle.
You make the gravies with it.
Jobbies.
Isn't there a scene? Oh shoot, what is the name of the movie? Glory. When they're sitting around and they're eating cruddy military rations, and they're reminiscing about mom's cookies, like some turkey giblets and some squirrel gravy. And the guy starts losing his mind, and he punches him because he wants that home food so bad. That's there was a reference to a giblet.
Why would anyone make gravy out of all that when you can just buy a bag or a jar of gravy that's already made up for you?
Maybe they make the regular old gravy.
Eric does. You don't like turkey gravy, or you don't like gravy anyway, Eric.
I don't like gravy.
A Bruin turkey gravy is one of the few gravies that I like.
I like brown gravies. I like there's one. Okay, now there's two different colors of brown gravy. There's kind of like there's a dark brown gravy. Oh, and then there's a
oh, brown gravy.
Dark brown gravy. Dark brown gravy.
Brady,
keep going back to the well for that one, Brady.
Yeah.
And then there's like a tannish gravy that has a bit
taupe
of
gravy.
a taupe gravy. Yeah, I like both of those gravies. I like chipped beef gravy or
It can't be full fractured. It's just chipped.
shat on a shingle. And I like sausage gravy. Good old Bob Evans sausage gravy.
Now, I'll tell you something. A gravy that smelled good, but it just not my jam. Is at Gatlinburg, Tennessee. There was somebody and I heard them order and I saw it come, and it was something called like sawmill gravy or sawdust gravy, one of those two.
So
But man, it looked like
I
it
have
could
heard
be
of
the
that.
mortar in a medieval castle.
But isn't that are those biscuits? Isn't that a type of biscuit like
Cat
sawmill
head
biscuits?
biscuits.
Cat head biscuits and sawmill biscuits or something or saw.
Yeah, something like that. But it was just too. It looked like gravy stew, but like I said, it looked like you could spackle your drywall with it, and it just it looked too heavy. It might have tasted great, but I could just imagine it laying in my crawl like Quickcrete.
I got a few comments here. Uncle Howard Sr. used to eat. Well, that's all right. It's the wrong comment. Howard's not been with us because he's a politician now. He's on the Ripley Village Council. So
Fighting the good fight. Keep fighting the good fight, Howard.
that's right. The comment I meant to put up was that Uncle Howard used to eat all but the neck of the turkey, and also says you fry it all up like chicken livers, the giblets. Now, Celia, your wife has the legend, as in looking on a map and looking at the colors on the map of your gravies.
Yeah, I think I
Dark
knew
brown
that.
Beef gravy, the
Yeah.
khaki gravy.
Is turkey.
Khaki turkey.
That's a
Khaki
good
gravy.
that's a good description of it. Khaki gravy. That actually sounds like never mind. That's
Howard says the really dark gravy is burnt.
burnt. I don't mind a little burnt gravy.
Red eye gravy. What is red
is
eye
that?
gravy? Allison?
That's Waffle House at 3 a.m. after a bender.
Waffle House only open at 3 a.m., isn't it? It's the only time I ever go. I like Waffle House, but I only go at 3 a.m. Miss Wilson, the giblets are in a small paper bag in the turkey cavity.
Oh, not a pretty picture.
I always called the heart in the gizzard. I don't like livers or the neck. Mom would just cook them along with the turkey. It's not chopped up or anything. They're just like you buy chicken gizzards hearts in the store.
There seems something mildly disrespectful about eating the turkey neck for some reason. Like that turkey gave its life for us to be fed, and that just seems like something that should be left alone and honored. Like,
I
leave
assume you
its
got my
neck
text,
alone.
Eric.
I was just saying, it wasn't that funny.
I was watching Eric's face when he received my text. The old look like when you're in a meeting at work and like you send somebody in the meeting a text and you're just waiting on them to get it. You're looking,
And you have to do the
yeah.
oh man. To continue on, tomato gravy.
Tomato gravy.
Tomato gravies.
That sounds like it'd be marinara.
That sounds like it. That sounds a little too close to stewed or chilled tomatoes. No, thank you.
Sardinia Elementary cafeteria special, right? there.
Gosh,
Stewed tomatoes.
look like I don't know what laying there on the plate, like
the Skinwalker Ranch people or things got some vagrant in what was left of him.
yeah.
The cat nibbled on the turkey while we were praying, and we had to have some of the turkey pre-sliced, which raised a few eyebrows. So the turkey was perfect, but they noticed a section had been cut off the picturesque turkey, and they had to explain that the Thomas cat or the Robert cat had gotten the turkey.
Huh.
Sounds like something would happen in my house.
So every Thanksgiving, Miss Wilson, what was that? Her comment there.
So every Thanksgiving we have a ceremonial turkey neck burial to thank the turkey.
I like that. I think.
Do you leave some of it sticking up out of the ground just for? just for fun.
No, because I don't want any. I don't want any other predator or scavenger to eat that noble neck. I just think that there's something sacred about that.
Yeah.
Turkey gave its neck for you for your Thanksgiving dinner.
Let's see. All right. Now this one is pretty hilarious. This is called "Gotta Love the Kids." Sitting between my parents and my grandmother, a very devout Pentecostal woman, my lovely then 3-year-old daughter is asked what she wants for Christmas and replies, "Earrings and my boobies like my mommy has." I was fairly certain that granny was going to choke to death on the mashed potatoes and my dad was going to explode. Gotta love the kids. So I'm thinking that they are talking about a piercing that mom had in front of the very Pentecostal grandmother. Ooh.
So I'm going to say this, and this will probably happen to me this Thanksgiving. I hope this doesn't prove to be what's it called?
Don't tell us about the piercing, Todd.
Yeah, no. How one would choke on mashed potatoes? I would think that would
That'd be hard to do.
I mean, I can think you get strangled on them. I guess they could plug up your. I take that back. I can see how that would work.
Well, and if you were laughing or hurling hard
that's
enough,
true.
not only
Yeah.
do it block here, but they could also block your nose holes, like when like you have soda shoot out your nose.
Yeah, that's
except
true.
It's caulked up by
I
mashed
take it back,
potatoes.
so it could happen. So hopefully, yeah. But I would think if there were going to be any food, I would rather. Well, if it had lots of gravy on it, that would help slick her down a little bit. Fiscus could be in trouble.
I would be in trouble. I'm at high risk for mashed potato choking.
Oh, my time is up, but I'll just leave you quickly. There was another list brought to you, and I'm not making this up, by the folks at GasX. 5 embarrassing Thanksgiving moments and how to handle them. Embarrassing moment that ranks the top 5. The family pet steals a bite. And embarrassing moment, your child repeats something they should not have heard.
So your last 2 stories.
Yep. You feel bloated and gassy at the dinner table, which GasX people should just say, grab our product.
Right.
Yeah, they actually do it. Make sure you have GasX extra strength chewables handy by the table. They actually say that. Very nice. Very nice. An old family argument starts up. And a perfectly good turkey is ruined because no one knows how to slice it.
Slice it and dice it.
Yep.
So
That was always a Chuck Griffin thing in my family. He was always the turkey slicer, the carver. He'd get out his carving knife that I swear was made in the 1800s. I mean, it was a box that was not near the shade of color on the box was not. I guarantee you, it was not the shade when he bought it. He gets out this like Daniel Boone. Elk bone knife
stag handle.
And this thing takes like an hour to put together. It's got 563 pieces. You got to plug it all together and stuff. And
does he have the little
carve a turkey now?
Does he have that thing that they always show in the cartoons that I've never seen anybody use in real life, where they go sing, 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 sing?
No, it was an electric carver, but I swear, but it was that color that like all appliances were in the 60s and 70s. It was just a yellowed. I don't know what you call
mustard,
it.
like a soiled mustard color. My mom had the same one,
like almost like a butterscotch pudding color or something.
Yeah. I call it 70s decor color.
I know what I'm thinking of. The things that he poked to hold it while he was carving it were like the Daniel Boone elk bone handled,
fashioned from the antler of a.
What do they call it? Not the tongs.
It's like a fork. It's like a two-pronged fork. Like
Abdullah the Butcher would whip one of those out in a match as a foreign object every now and then.
Was Abdullah the Butcher in Manchester the other day with Jimmy Mouth of the South?
Oh no, Abdullah the Butcher's retired, but is Brady frozen?
There?
The Mouth of the South was in Manchester, and you missed it.
One of my biggest regrets, my friend Brian, that I used to work with in North Adams, Abdullah the Butcher was at a local show signing, and he would actually take a photo op with him holding the fork to your head, and he would make the crazy Abdullah face. Oh my God, I would live for that.
So, real quick to add to because Brady's topic, oddly enough, and again, we remind our audience that we don't discuss much. I mean, we might run an idea by each other, but I was actually going to do the same topic. Earlier in the day, I was looking up like Halloween stories Thanksgiving stories, and and I didn't use it. I'm glad I didn't, because that was you ended up going with that topic. But in my searching, I found these this like jokes, like Thanksgiving jokes, and like dad one-liners or whatever for Thanksgiving. And so I want to just go through real quick as a side topic to add to Brady's, just some of the things that I expect all you dads out there to use on Thanksgiving. Now, you got to give me the laugh that all dad jokes receive, because none of them are funny.
Get it ready, Eric.
Yeah. Get my elbow ready.
At some point, now these are Thanksgiving themed. That was plucking hilarious. There you go. Yeah. Is that your pop-up timer, or are you just happy to see me?
Okay, so that laugh is the same laugh as I assume that meme on the internet is of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. My favorite meme. Did I send you guys the picture of the ugly Christmas sweater that is that meme? I would love to get that. All right, here we go. It's time to get basted. Oh my gourdness, I plucking love fall. Let the gourd times roll. Eat, drink, and cranberry. I got a couple more. All right. You think I'm done? Honey, you ain't seen stuffing yet. And my favorite. Hey, I just met you, and this is gravy, but there's my stuffing, so carve me maybe.
Oh, it sounds like something I would sing in the car.
Well, because it's to the tune of Call Me Maybe.
Yeah.
Carly Mae Jepsen.
Howard, I don't mean to argue with you, but Abdul the Butcher is still living.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He's still alive. He's done a few documentaries, The Dark Side of the Ring, and he is not in the best of health. He has the diabetes and multiple injuries and hepatitis from being, bloodborne things. But but what is shocking? The man never broke character for 40 years on TV. But when I heard his voice, it's this high-pitched, non-threatening, kind Canadian voice.
He's 80 years old. I mean, he's getting up there. But I've started watching some of those documentaries as well, and of course, I mean, I would never say he was the epitome of health, even when he was in his prime. But the interesting thing is the one about the Bruiser Brody
murder. Yeah,
the murder. He looked scared, like he didn't want to talk, like Abdullah the Butcher. I thought that was pretty. Because remember they said he had been in some meeting, and he's like, I wasn't at a meeting, and like everybody said he was there and stuff. So I think he knows some things about what happened that he doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a wormhole.
I think he's probably closed it down, but he had a barbecue restaurant and Chinese restaurant, Abdullah's Barbecue and Chinese Food Place. I always wanted to go. Yeah.
Well, that was going to be my comment. Abdullah the Butcher's diabetic. The hell you say?
I like how they call him Abby.
Abby. A couple more comments here. How we're talking about the booby comment. Maybe not a piercing of the aforementioned boobies, but boobies the same size as mommy. That's kind of what I took from it when you said that.
Yeah.
Miss Wilson, instead of after dinner mitts, have a platter with Gas X. This is becoming quite the Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah. Also says there was a recall on the butterball turkeys. They forgot to butter the balls.
That's a slow burn. I have.
I received a text. I missed who said that, and I could have sworn when you said it was Howard. So when I looked up and saw that it was Miss Wilson, I was awfully proud of my former teacher.
That was nicely played.
Yes.
All right. Talk about our website. Brady, forgot to point it out early on. Visit our website, www.playbyyourpodcast.com. And let me bring up the screen.
Any cat buttle?
Cat. Oh, yes.
Hey, man, you got any of that cat buttle?
Cat buttle. Oh, yes, we do, ladies and gentlemen. Cat buttle ahoy.
Cat buttle ahoy.
Now, if you scroll beyond the cat buttle, you will find our support page, and that is under the support membership portion of our menu there. You can join our members, our Earbud Hall of Famers, 2 of which are in the room with us, Savannah and Allison, along with Chuck, Jessica, Rhonda, Christy, and Joe. You can visit buymeacoffee.com by clicking that link down there with the coffee cup. As our crowdsourcing platform, you can become a member of the podcast by visiting our website. So, Todd?
Yes. Gosh, I turned into Marge shot there.
Say, smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them, honey. All right. Is it my tween?
It is your turn.
Your tween.
Okay, so, excuse me. Continuing our kick lately of foods and food tournaments, we thought we should do a Thanksgiving food tournament, except we're going to stick with the sides because, I mean, everybody eats turkey, ham, usually a combination of turkey and ham. Anybody eat chicken, by the way, or goose or anything like that on Thanksgiving? I've never
had goose.
I've never had goose.
I've had duck, but never goose. I've never had lamb either. I've never had lamb, but I'm going to have lamb for. We're going to the Golden Lamb on our anniversary in December, and I'm going to get some lamb at the Golden Lamb.
I'm kind of skeptical of lamb because the choice thing to have on lamb is a mint sauce, and I can't see myself liking that.
I've had someone in the know. It was one of my teachers. I can't recall who said it, but they said that they think lamb tastes like a wet lamb smells. So
Yeah, I don't. I'm just hoping I can taste everything by then, but I don't mind mint. I mean, I think I've had a mint sauce on something before, so I mean, I don't think it's as minty as like, like
an Altoid.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
Altoid gravy.
But mint on a meat, I just don't.
I think it's probably just that mint is used. It's no different to me than like if something has a bacon jam on it, you might think, ooh, I wouldn't want jelly or jam, but it's actually a pretty good topping on certain things. Bacon jam is. So I'm going to give it a try. I don't know if it has mint on it there. If anybody ever goes to the Golden Lamb and knows any better, let me know.
Todd, I remember when Celia got goose or duck at the Montgomery Inn Boathouse one time.
It's duck to me. I've had it once. WANS apostrophe T once. To me it was a bit greasy. It was a greasy meat, and just I didn't love it. It wasn't terrible, but it was a little too greasy for my liking. Made my gums all slick.
Gotta hate the slick gums.
Like a Coke addict.
I had my first Cornish hen the other day.
Really? How was it? Cornish?
Tastes like chicken. Tastes like chicken.
You know what I haven't had in a long time is veal. I think we've talked about this because we used to have veal patty on bun back at Cerny Elementary and veal nuggets. And I used to love...
That's high-class food right there.
I used to love veal patty on bun.
Don't forget the on bun.
And milk.
Yeah, well, can you imagine how the context changed? You could have a chicken patty on bun, but you can't have a cow patty on bun.
Well, no, but you had hamburger on bun, or
Yeah.
sausage patty on bun,
Or the wiener sandwich on
veal
bun.
patty on bun. Yeah, you always had on bun. It was never on a bun. It was on bun.
Well, like our principal, or our assistant principal, Kyle Brewer, when he takes over, when he reads the menu in the morning with crisp romaine lettuce, like what kid raised their hands like, I want the wilted kind?
Is that their lettuce going to be crisp?
And I want iceberg lettuce, not
Iceberg. Yeah, I used to love to hear Mr. Cushing read the menu. And milk.
Yeah.
And
Like we know it's milk. You don't have to say milk. You don't have to put the milk in there. We know it's in there. Like the fools we were, we all had chocolate milk with every meal, and I can't stand chocolate milk or any milk with food now. I mean, unless it's sweet food.
kids now can get strawberry milk.
The hell, they can get. It seems like there for a while they had like orange cream milk and all kinds of flavors of milk.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know how they milk and orange, but I'm all there.
All right, so
Little orange teeth.
what we have here, boys and boys, we have a sides giving bracket.
Oh, no.
I did my homework today and printed this off. So without further ado, now I will say I don't like some of these matchups. I don't like some of these first round matchups. I think they didn't pay much attention to seeding, and that bugs me because right off the bat we have mashed potatoes versus sweet potato casserole. That's too strong. That's like a 1 seed and a 2 seed going at it.
Mashed taters.
Yeah, I agree.
I got to go with mashed potatoes too, although sweet potato casserole would beat a lot of other things. It'd be a lot of other teams.
So what is in a sweet potato casserole aside from the aforementioned sweet potatoes?
Well,
Some
first
brown
off,
sugar.
the sweet potatoes are mashed. They're they're not like clumps of sweet potatoes. They're pureed or whatever. They're smoothened out. And
Whipped.
they're whipped. Now, not to be confused with your sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top. Sweet potato casserole, if Celia's still listening, she could chime in because she makes a fantastic sweet potato casserole. But it does have brown sugar and almonds, pecans. Pecans on top or something. It's got a crust on top, like a
Pecans.
My brother-in-law makes a sweet potato souffle.
yeah. That's La Comedia has some of the best sweet potato.
That's where
souffle.
yes.
So sweet potato souffle is kind of like the innards of sweet potato casserole. It doesn't have the crunchy
Sweet tater giblets.
top layer. We're getting some votes.
Yes, we are. Ms. Wilson says mashed. Savannah sweet tater casserole, as well as Howard. Eric, welcome.
Oh, Eric.
Smashed taters.
I have to go with the smashed taters because it's a little bit more versatile. There's more things that you can eat with it. The sweet potato casserole is delicious, but
Now, I can't believe you eat a casserole, Bree. That goes against everything you stand for, man.
well, excuse me, my souffle.
Well, but I will say this: sweet potato casserole is damn near a dessert.
Yes, and that's why the mashed potatoes get the leg up on it because that goes back to the versatility.
You're right. They can touch your turkey. They can touch your bread. Mashed potatoes can touch anything and be fine.
That's the only food I will allow to touch anything. Mashed taters.
So what is the count here? With us three voting mashed potatoes, I think mashed potatoes is going to
Mashed
take it.
taters
Yeah.
wins. Yep.
Okay. Next, this is easy. Stuffing, or as I call it,
Or dressing.
well, but in my opinion, my definition of the two is they're two different things. Stuffing is like the stovetop stuffing type thing. My mom makes dressing. It's more compact. It doesn't break up. It doesn't, you know how stovetop stuffing will break up and become like little tiny chunks of stuffing?
Right.
Dressing stays together.
So
It's crispy. It's got crispy outside edges, and
I'm picking up what you're putting down there.
yeah.
You could make it cut a squat out of it.
You
and
could
it'll
any
stay
shape out
together.
of it. You could take a cookie cutter and cut a star, a heart,
A trapezoid.
anything. But this is stuffing, so we're going to go with the traditional
Stuffing.
stovetop stuffings here
Right. Okay.
versus cornbreads.
Ooh. I'm
Now-
not so sure that's easy.
I
It's
like
easy for
some
me because
cornbread.
cornbreads is not a Thanksgiving food.
See,
so-
I
so-
bet.
So that's in your line of thinking here. It must be a Thanksgiving side in your mind.
Well, but
We're
it's
not
called
just going-
sides giving bracket. I mean, it's
Oh,
not.
but we're not
Otherwise,
just
I could throw
going
pizza in there.
the value of one versus the value of the other. So it has to be. That's the first thing in your mind. It's got to be a Thanksgiving side. Then I'm going to decide which one is better.
Yes,
So if one is not a Thanksgiving side in my mind, I vanquish it from the
Because-
the matchup.
because here's the deal with cornbreads. I like to have some sort of lentil or bean, and there's no
Legume.
beans, but not a green bean. That's what I meant. Legume, yeah, not lentil.
I love
what the hell?
lentils, man.
And also there are other there are other bread options. Cornbreads is I wouldn't even consider it a side so much, not a side dish. It is a I don't know what you call it.
It's an accessory.
It's a good, yeah.
It could be used to sop other stuff.
That doesn't go along with your line of thinking either when it comes to food. I can't see you sopping anything.
Oh, I don't. No. Now I will crumble it into like a red bean or a bean soup or southern soup
Oh.
beans.
Well, but now, and I see I have the comments pulled up on my side now, and I see that some people are mentioning this now. They're mentioning sweet cornbread casserole. I don't know quite what that is, but my cornbreads has to be sweet. I like it almost cake sweet, almost like icingless cake.
That sounds like something somebody in the 20s would say when they're surprised. Sweet cornbread casserole.
Did y'all see that? But
There you
I'm going stuffing here because, again, I think stuffing is a traditional. Miss Wilson, if you want to pull her comment up here, Eric, about the difference between stuffing and dressing, that's a good explanation as well. They're actually prepared differently.
I've never had. I don't believe. Well, maybe I have and just didn't know it. To my knowledge, I've not had stuffings that were actually from the turkey's cavity.
From the
No,
orifice of the
I
turkey.
haven't either. So I guess the stuffing I have is cooked separately too, because the stovetop stuffing, but it's still a different texture than dressing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Put it
Agreed.
this way.
I can go with that.
Put it this way: you could take dressing and turn the casserole dish upside down and hit the bottom of it. It could hit the floor, and it would maintain its shape. You could pick it back up, wipe it off, stick it back in the casserole dish, and nobody would ever know that it ever broke free from that casserole
None the
dish.
wiser.
But stovetop stuffing, if it hits the floor, it's scattered. You got celery and breadcrumbs and all the other stuff, or croutons or whatever else we put in it. It's all over the place.
Croutons.
All right.
What's
votes,
winning here?
John
Stuffing.
Savannah
Stuffins.
Stuffins. Eric Stuffins.
Stuffins.
Miss Wilson Stuffins.
Stuffins all the way.
Oh yeah.
Howard
I'm not the best person to ask about that. I just don't. And it's not for any of my weird eating reasons. It's just one of those things I've never really loved.
But do you agree though that cornbreads isn't a traditional Thanksgiving food?
I could get cornbreads at the Cracker Barrel with
That's-
my.
no, their cornbreads isn't sweet. Yeah, that's gross
See,
cornbreads.
What? It's what?
It's gross. It's not sweet.
No, I like a good rustic bread that is like rough hewn, ground in the grist. You know, like it was crushed with a stone in
Well,
a
it
made
tastes
in
like
a
concrete.
provincial
There's no-
town of Saxony.
There's
put
no
it together.
flavor to that. You're right though. The only purpose of that kind of cornbread is soppage. That's the only.
So I like my cornbreads in a non-traditional form, in the form of corn puddings.
What?
Corn puddings
Well, hang on a minute. Now you're jumping ahead to a different side.
at the city barbecues.
Oh, well, now City Barbecue has the little rectangles,
Well,
cornbreads.
Well, you can get corn puddings at City Barbecue too.
Yeah, I like the little loaves, the cornbread loaves at City Barbecue. They're sweet. All right, moving on. So stuffing won that round.
Moving on.
Mac and cheese
Mm.
versus green garden.
I love me some green beans.
Ma-
No,
I don't
not
like
green
green-
beans.
No,
Not
no,
green
no.
beans. Green garden.
Oh, green garden. Oh yeah, that changes everything. Oh God, mac and cheese. That green garden is that what you are saying, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but-
Yeah, that's a punishment.
Oh, so
I don't like green garden.
I think mac and cheese could be an overall number 1 seed.
Oh yeah.
That's how much I think of the mac and cheese.
So I'm going to go mac and cheese too, and we actually did talk about this a couple of days ago. I don't like. If people are calling what I call scalloped corn, if they're calling that creamed corn, I don't think they are. But if that's what they're calling creamed corn, then it's tougher for me. But just creamed corn, I don't like. But scalloped corn, I like.
There's nothing more disappointing when I'm cooking dinner. And I don't know how it got in my pantry, but I reach in to get some sweet gold kerneled corn out of the can, and I go to look at it. It is green garden.
Green garden, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, peh.
Well, that's why.
Vomit.
That's why I argue that green garden is not the same thing as scalloped garden, because you can't buy scalloped corn in a can, but you can buy creamed corn in a can.
Indeed. Not the same thing.
I'm actually making scalloped corn for Thanksgiving this year. I am the scalloped corn maker this year for Thanksgiving.
If Bree is in the house, her response, she gave us the WTF twice on corn nuggets, and she's like, what is blankety blah blah blank scalloped corn? What is blankety blankety blank corn nuggets? And she was not having any of it, and I don't know how she.
We had a conversation on another episode a long time ago that we came up with our own thinking was that scalloped meant it has cheese in it.
Yes.
We don't know if that's official, but that's what we came up with because
Miss
creamed
Wilson
corn.
set us straight.
Okay, maybe because creamed corn in my book, or I'm sorry, scalloped corn is more like a scalloped potatoes, but instead of potato being the base, it's garden. Yeah. Mac and cheese?
That's not even close.
Well, now scalloped, by definition, is baked with milk or a sauce.
Well, and cheese. We're going to add the cheese part. But either way, it's baked. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's all
right,
golden. It's baked to a golden crisp.
Savannah, mac and cheese. Miss Wilson, mac and cheese. Eric Guerin, mac isn't for Thanksgiving in his world.
I think the Powhatan tribe brought out some breadcrumbed mac and cheese baked.
Now, I didn't like, I used to eat it, but I didn't like whatever the crust was on the mac and cheese at Sardinia Elementary.
Oh. Ooh.
Like it became like a shingle.
Well, it became like almost like mold. It was like penicillin on top of the mac and cheese. It was
Like
it was a bit
asbestos
hairy.
loaf.
It was a little hairy for my liking.
That's why the attendance percentage at Sardine Elementary is very high.
They rolled it around on the bathroom floor a little bit before they rinsed it off.
John, mac and cheese.
All
Howard,
right,
mac and cheese.
I put mac and cheese down. So to finish off this side of the bracket, we have this is an easy one for me: green bean casserole versus roasted squash.
Do I want dog feces or cat feces on bread? It's both like that. That is not good.
You don't eat either one of those on breads.
I don't eat either one of them. Period.
What's not to like about green bean casserole? Do you like green beans?
I
No.
love them.
No.
Well, if you don't, I can see if you don't like green beans. But if
Well,
you like
it's
green beans,
cold.
no, it's
I don't
not. That's the part of the problem. See, you have lived a sheltered casserole life. Green bean casserole is not cold; it's hot.
Oh
It's just like
Green
any
bean-
other casserole.
no!
You're thinking of green bean salad.
Oh.
So you heat your wieners and you don't heat your green bean salad.
Chills his green beans, heats his wiener.
Well, now. But
Okay, so Brady, I gotta find a definition here of green bean casserole. It's not cold,
vomit.
though. I'm telling you,
That
dude.
is its definition. Well, now if it's a green bean and like one of those bready, like, almost like a scalloped corn, but it's kind of like a bready, stuffiny thing with green beans.
That's what green bean casserole is.
Okay.
It's green bean. It's mostly green beans, cream of mushroom soup, and French fried onions on top.
Yeah, I don't like mushrooms.
I don't either. There's no mushrooms in it though. It's just the cream. It's the
Then
cream
it would just be called
mushrooms.
cream of soup.
the graham.
There's
But,
fungus in there.
But no, there's no like chunks of mushroom. There's no, at least the one I've had is not. I think
So why do you use cream of mushroom soup if there are no mushrooms in it?
flavor. There might be little
But-
mushrooms
but-
in it, but I'm
would
saying
not-
like there's not.
You don't like mushrooms, but would not
No.
the flavor of cream of mushroom soup be
It would just be cream of soup.
mushrooms?
Well, because first off, I don't drink. I don't eat cream of mushroom soup. Just like I don't make a bowl of cream of mushroom soup. But in the green bean casserole, there's no chunks of mushrooms because I couldn't eat it. I don't like
Fungus
mushrooms.
free.
So yeah, I mean,
So,
but either way, Brady, like it or not, that's fine. But it's not cold.
Okay.
It's not. You're thinking of green bean salad. There's a green bean salad that is cold.
That's what I'm thinking of because green bean salad's just punishment.
Now, Savannah says that, sorry, Eric, we got ahead of you there on the comments, but she says they use cream of celery soup due to a mushroom allergy. So that either way, you need cream of something soup.
cream of boy, that could go in all different directions right there.
I'm thinking of the old Jovan joke.
But see, to me, and I know that squash is a fault, but I don't think of squash as a Thanksgiving food because I have never been to any Thanksgiving meal that had squash.
Squash was the original thing.
It was.
I know, yeah, but have you ever been to a Thanksgiving meal that had squash?
I think so.
I don't
Not
know.
often.
But if you're going to force me to vote in this particular matchup, I would have to pick the squash because there is no more derided side that I've ever heard of than green bean casserole. Green bean casserole gets raked over the coals by the general
See,
public.
I think I've been incorrect. Todd's kind of right on this. So I'm thinking of green bean salad because, like I said, yeah.
Well, see, I happen to really like the topping of it, the French fried onions, like the can of French fried onions.
I mean, if I could pick the onions off the top, I could do that. But I don't.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think that's a valid vote.
You don't like French fried onions?
No, I'm saying I
Yeah, you
could
said
eat
pick 'em.
French
Oh, if you could just pick those off
Yeah.
and eat
fries
those.
off the top, yeah.
Yeah. What one? What by people's vote? What won? I think green bean casserole won easily.
Let's see. We've got Savannah says green bean casserole. Howard says green bean casserole all the way. Miss Wilson, green bean casserole. John, green bean
This was
casserole.
a
Eric, green
pulpus.
bean casserole. Jocelyn, welcome, Jocelyn.
It's gross.
It's gross. I don't know which thing is gross. To me, they're both gross. So, I agree. Celia thinks it's funny that Brady heats his wiener. Savannah.
Yeah, I read that one earlier. Yeah.
Cream celery soup. Welcome back, Jess. Where'd your comment go? There you are. Been a while. Welcome back. She's a Hall of Famer. Been a while. Miss Wilson says now we have pumpkins instead of gourds. I guess pumpkin is a kind of gourd.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, that reminds me. I was telling somebody today that once again in Tennessee on the trip last year, one of the restaurants had sweet gourd pie. That also sounds like an exclamation. Well, sweet gourd pie,
All right, let's move to. I think it's
Jocelyn clarifies that both are
both
gross,
are gross.
and I agree.
I think it's easy to say that the green bean casserole won. So let's just go ahead and move on to the other side. So we have another easy one in my book: glazed Garrett's versus greened spinach. Yeah.
Oh. I don't love either. I dislike greatly one,
I like
and I can
glazed
tolerate
carrots.
the other. I can tolerate the glazed carrots.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't want anything that's creamed. Nothing creamed at all.
I like
do
glazed carrots. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So if we have 3 carrot votes,
Yeah.
Jocelyn will take the
Yeah,
carrots.
lots of carrots.
Yeah.
Howard carrots. Savannah carrots.
This is
Jeff
going to be a pulpus
loves
too.
carrots.
the only kind of carrot
Eric
or the
says
only
neither.
the only kind of spinach I like is like leaf spinach, like I like to put in salads. Like
If I can drench it in something, yes.
yeah. So
Miss Wilson
I think
says yuck to both. Spinach if she's forced.
glazed carrots, Mr. John Brown.
Yes.
All right, next matchup. Another easy one for me. Cranberry sauce versus candied yams, which I'm calling sweet potatoes.
Sweet
Yeah, I was
potatoes.
to say, what's the difference between a yam and a sweet potato?
I don't
think
really
it's
know,
regional.
but I am not a cranberry sauce is the one of the main Thanksgiving foods that I dislike wholeheartedly. First off, I've said it before. When you plop something out of a can, it should not maintain the shape of the can like cranberry sauce does.
Yams and sweet potatoes belong to 2 entirely different plant families.
Really?
Yes.
See,
Yams
Eric,
can be related to lilies and grasses. Sweet potatoes can be distantly related to potatoes.
really, but they taste the same.
There you go.
Eric Lehman says cranberry sauce, not the discs. I don't like either, but the discs come from the can shape. That's when people cut that up. But it may, if you just plop it onto a plate, it'll just lay there and gyrate for 2.5 hours, and it's
Wow.
Like it's
a
scared.
shaky, yeah, and it literally maintains every shape of the can, all the rungs,
Even the rings.
cranberry rungs.
Okay. The sound when it flops out of the can.
That's what it does for an hour. It just
Yeah.
Quivering. Pudding like.
you got to turn the fans off in the house, or it'll shake forever.
Oh,
Got to have a steady hand to carve those in the discs. Dad,
Yeah.
Dad can't get out his 1965 butterscotch yellow carver.
dismembering tool.
I can't honestly say that I've ever had the cranberry sauce. My mom always made a cranberry salad, which I greatly enjoyed.
Oh, but that doesn't break your salad rule?
Well, I suppose it does.
Did it have celery in it?
Suppose it did have celery in it, actually. Yes.
Did it have
Where's
cheese
the
on it?
amendment?
No cheese. Had marshmallows on top.
Ew, marshmallows and celery? What kind of acid
This
trip
man,
food is
I don't know
that?
who I'm talking to here. That sounds like waste.
A mallow should not touch a vegetable of any kind. It shan't. It should not. I think that's in the Constitution someplace.
I think it came out in fairly similar form as well.
From Alexander Hamilton. Sorry.
So well, did candied whams?
Wake me up before you eat.
See, Howard will say, yes, he knows. Mom's cranberry salad was great.
I'm sure it was very tasty. It's just it's funny how it breaks your rule in so many ways.
Special dispensation for cranberry salad.
So what won? I picked yams.
Hold on. Gotta go back up here. John says yams.
I think I'm going with the yames.
Jocelyn says yams. Howard says both.
I
Wilson,
don't care for cranberry.
Cranberries. Not
I-
the salad, the sauce, Miss Wilson.
Yeah.
Isn't cranberries good for your prostate?
It is. It is. It gets the plumbing going, but I think Sorry,
it's
go ahead.
prostate, it's your urinary tract, right? Make your pee shoot true, right?
No. Now,
as opposed to false.
I don't know.
Vrai or faux?
now Celia, again, I'm not sure if she's still in the runes, but Celia does something on Thanksgiving.
Please tell me she
There
did.
she is.
Celia's mom will only eat sauce from the can.
Well, Celia, let me ask you something while we're at it. Why is it called sauce when it clearly is a gelatinous tower of shit? I mean, it's not sauce. There's nothing saucy about it. Why do we call it sauce?
Oh, you stand there and you give it crap while it's sitting there. It'll be saucy right to you.
Well, but the thing of it is, though, is the only way you make it sauce is
Like an Oprah head.
to put the bobblehead. You got to take a chunk of it, put it in your mouth, and like you do Jell-O, and make it sauce. That's how you have to make it sauce. So, but what I wanted to bring up about Celia, what Celia will do is she on Thanksgiving gets a big dollop of cranberry, whatever sauce or cranberry shape, and puts it on a plate, and then takes mayonnaise. Or is it Miracle Whip, babe? It's either Miracle Whip or mayonnaise, and then mixes it
Do you
together.
call the authorities?
Mixes it together to make a bismuth, like a Pepto looking
I'm
pudding.
serious. My dinner is like right here. I'm serious.
That hit me hard.
Ooh.
Yeah, hopefully she'll chime in here. Celia, what do you do? Is it mayonnaise or Miracle Whip? Because there is a difference. But I know she mixes it.
I think I've become ashen here.
Now Jessica says, "Yeah, Miracle Whip. It's the only way I like Miracle Whip." That's weird.
If only Bree was here to comment on the Miracle Whip.
Am I right though, Celia? Do you take Miracle Whip and cranberry sauce and mix it together to make a salsa, if you will?
If I so angered the Lord that I end up in Hades, I will be eating mayonnaise and cranberry sauce for eternity. That will be my punishment.
I usually won't kiss her for a week or two after she makes that stuff.
Oh, I mean,
Maybe that's why
which
she eats it.
works out well for her. Yeah, I mean, but
well, that's why I don't like cranberry juice or cranberry sauce. I think it tastes like morning mouth, and it tastes
mush
like
mouth.
Yeah, it just ew.
Now I got to bring up something here. So I'll mix it to gross people out, or I'll just eat them in big chunks. Ew, you shouldn't be.
Hurl big chunks.
But Jessica brought up something that I will say this: I don't like cranberries. I skip it on Thanksgiving, but the missus and we were at Disney a few years back, and there was a place called the Earl of Sandwich in downtown Disney, and they had a sandwich. I think it was just called like the Thanksgiving sandwich or whatever, and it had turkey. I think it had stuffing. I'm not sure. See, you correct me if I'm wrong. And it had a cranberry spread of some sort. And she ordered it, and I took a bite, and I did like it. I did like that flavor combination.
Did it have Miracle Whip on it with the cranberry?
No Miracle Whips. Because I noticed Jessica said that cranberry on turkey is great. And I know a lot of people put their cranberry on their turkey. They'll put it up against their cranberry and their turkey.
It seems like I've had some kind of foul with plum sauce before, like some kind of bad.
Yeah, same idea.
That'll keep you regular. Plum sauce.
All right, so yams, right? Yams won that, I think, pretty heavily.
Well, that wasn't the yams, was it?
Yeah, it was cranberry sauce versus candy yams.
Okay.
Candied.
Wilson
yams.
went with cranberries. Then we got off on the tangent of canned versus. Just,
I think up earlier there were a lot of sweet tater slash.
I think Eric says I'll have to listen to Cars for Kids while eating the whip of miracles in hell. Yeah,
right.
That is annoying.
We have two more on this. We have Brussels sprouts, which again I don't consider a Thanksgiving side, versus colored greens. I've never had. I'm going with Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts, yes.
I've had a collard green once, and the ones I've had, tasted very much like a very salty green bean.
See, I
And
always
it's not
think of
bad.
collard greens as spinach. Do they look kind of like spinach?
Kind
Are they
of
like
a little bit.
like a wet
Yeah.
leaf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love them, but I can tell you that you could give me a Belgian waffle, but keep their sprouts in Belgium. I do not want any Brussels sprouts.
Now, I don't like Brussels sprouts if they're just generically cooked. I like them when they're sautéed.
They're just little tiny cauliflowers.
Yeah, I like them sautéed in a pan with some Parmesan sprinkled on them. I also like cheese sauce on them.
I think it smells like urine and flatulence. And they're just
Dinner
not
time.
pleasant. Yeah.
But collard greens are, isn't that more of a southern thing? As far as I don't know many people around here that eat collard greens on Thanksgiving.
Josh Michael says sprouts. Welcome, Josh.
Sprouts.
Savannah says sprouts. Jocelyn, sprouts. Greens reminds me of the stuff a cow's just chewed up for the 6th.
Cud.
Good.
Collard
John,
cud.
John with the sprouts.
Oh, yeah.
Eric with the greens over the sprouts. Howard says both, but 30 minutes after the sprouts, your pea smells like sprouts. That is true.
Oh, but that's good. That's good stuff. You know where you've been.
Miss Wilson, Brussels sprouts buried in cheese. You can't taste them.
It looks like the Brussels. For time's sake, we're going Brussels. Yes. The last one we have in this round. Another reason why I so quickly kicked out cornbreads earlier. Rolls versus biscuits. Now, in my opinion, biscuits are not a Thanksgiving bread.
Indeed. No, rolls.
Yeah,
I agree. Biscuits are not a Thanksgiving side.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like biscuits, and I would eat them on Thanksgiving. I'm actually a croissant.
Croissant.
A croissant.
Have to say it through your nose. Croissant.
All right. I think that's going to win easily, Rolls. We already know. We got 3 votes.
Matter of fact, I would go as far as to say biscuits only belong at breakfast in my world.
But it doesn't matter when you're eating it, though. I'll say that breakfast for dinner.
If you have breakfast for dinner, yes, biscuits are allowable. But biscuits are a breakfast.
Say you voted biscuits, but we've never ever had biscuits at anywhere we've ever had Thanksgiving for 21 years. So I'm not sure why she's voting biscuits.
Savannah Rose, Howard Rose,
and the
Jocelyn
Thunder
Rose, John Rose, Eric Rollum.
Miss Wilson Rollum.
Rolls hate biscuits.
Hate biscuits. Even cathead biscuits?
Celia biscuits.
I hate biscuits.
You hate meow meow biscuits?
Meow meow freedom. Meow meow witches.
All right.
Jess says rolls.
All right. We're going to go quick here. Second round. Mashed potatoes. This is a tough one. Versus stuffings.
Taters.
I'm going taters again. If it were dressing, maybe switch it up. Mashed potatoes.
What say you, audience?
Yep. Mashed versus stuffed.
Mashed, stuffed.
Taters.
We got
Ashland taters. Celia
Taters.
Taters. Ooh, Miss Wilson with the second stuffing.
And Miss Wilson stuffing.
There we go.
John Taters, Howard Taters.
No, John stuffing, Eric.
John
You looked
Stuffing.
right at that, man.
I did look right. I was breezing through. Stuffings.
Man.
It's closer than I thought.
I think with our vote of taters, it's taters.
I think taters wins it by a narrow margin.
All right. Next, we have, I think, an easy win. Mac and cheese versus green bean casserole. Hot
Fish
green
pie.
bean casserole, not green bean salad.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
M&C, baby.
M&C.
Because this is not a communist country.
Mac and cheese versus green bean casserole, guys. Light them up.
Yep. Mac and
Show us what we want to see.
Jocelyn, mac and cheese.
There's the money
Eric
shot.
says green beans.
Celia with a
Celia
surprise.
says green beans. Mac and cheese for Miss Wilson. Mac and cheese for Howard.
Green beans.
Green beans.
All right.
I think once again with our votes, I think mac and cheese carries the day.
All right. We're going over to the other side. Moving quickly. Carrots versus yams. That's tough.
I will go hams.
Hams.
Carrots.
I just pictured you sitting there at like a diner, and they come up like, "And what can I get for you, sir?"
Carrots.
Carrots. Carrots. I want every damn carrot you got in the back.
Carrots and garn.
Glaze them up for me. Light them up.
Yams, says Jocelyn. Yams.
I say
says
yams.
yes. Now, Celia brings up a good point here because mac and cheese as a side, it's not that way everywhere. Mac and cheese in a lot of places is a meal in and of itself.
I don't like that trend. There's two trends in our lifetime that have happened here recently, and that is the tater tot as a side, which Eric and I both agree is a good thing.
Glorious.
But a mac and cheese as a main dish, I don't get it. Unless it's got
Loaded
chunks
up
of
with some poultry.
Unless it's got chunks of pulled
pork.
pork in it.
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork.
Or hams.
Hams.
Brisket.
Or bacon.
At the food truck, I had mac and cheese and brisket.
Brisket. You got to
Alright,
risk.
Dusty
You
Rhodes.
got to risk it for the biscuit.
And bring me
Brisket.
the brisket.
Not sure.
Savannah,
Mike
Savannah
Tyson,
says-
don't sue us.
I thought it was Dusty Rhodes.
Well, that's limousine.
Savannah Brown says yams. Howard says carrots. Carrots. Eric says yams.
Miss Wilson will
says
starve.
she would starve. Celia says yams.
Yeah, I read says I see what she's saying. Put it this way: we had mac and cheese tonight with just a quick dinner before the ceremony. So she's saying that mac and cheese is more of an any night of the week type thing, to where green bean casserole you don't usually
When you're
whip
being
up.
punished.
You don't usually whip up anything or a green bean casserole unless it's a special occasion.
I would almost say, although I don't eat it, green bean casserole is the only I hear that only in Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a Christmas dish, but maybe
All right, here we go.
family unions. I don't know.
We had yams for the win. We have our last matchup: Brussels sprouts versus rolls. You gotta go rolls. You gotta have something to sop some stuff up. You can't.
Rolls.
You can't.
Stopping and sopping.
You can't. Skibbity bebop, sop it up, Scooby Doo.
And the
Rolls,
votes are-
Raggy.
Votes are rolling in.
Yeah, they're not sprouting up. That's for sure.
Rolling,
they're
rolling,
not.
rolling. Now our
Dustin
guts are swollen.
rolls, Jocelyn rolls, Howard rolls, Miss Wilson rolls, Eric rolls, Savannah rolls.
Eric, that is as in Eric Lehman. What is that dog doing in your profile pic? I go quickly. Is it?
Okay,
Okay, it's just turning around. Yes, I thought it was conducting its commerce when I first looked up.
It's showing off. It's winking at us.
Is
from
and
behind.
uses there?
It's like that cat needs one of those. What you call it?
Buttholes. That's what we call them.
A caddis pacifier.
One of the little jewel that goes over top.
Oh, Twinkle Tush.
You even said that. You kind of said that with like, "Yo, Twinkle Tush." You said it kind of like with a tough
With an
guy.
attitude.
Yeah.
Hey, Twinkle
Yo,
Tush.
Twinkle
Get
Tush.
back here. I get you with my dukes.
Like you're preparing for the St. Valentine's Day massacre or something. Yo,
dog has
Twinkle
been-
Tush.
Could be
Dog has
swimming
been
with the fishes.
startled.
Twinkle Tush.
Dog has been startled and is turning around.
It has.
Maybe it is about ready to drop a duke.
It's
'cause he's been
As
startled.
a dog owner, I have a golden retriever, and trust me, I'm used to seeing that view.
Caught him before he went into the creek. That is the poop bags around his neck. Not into the creek.
you make him
Creek-
carry his own poop bags. I kind of like that. It's
It's like giving your kids chores.
That's kind of like a he who smelt it dealt it type rule.
Creek is a bigger body of water. He's going into the creek.
Crick. Yeah, that's just
smaller body.
that's a bit above a puddle, not quite as big as a piddle.
But bigger than a ditch.
Miss Wilson, yes, the bedazzled butt. Maybe we should have done a high-low on that. How many times can we get Todd to COVID cough tonight?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the COVID cough's not going away, I can tell you that. All right, so we're down to our final four.
Yep.
Mashed versus Mac. This is the toughest matchup of the night. Of the night.
I'm going to buck the trend. I'm probably going to be on the opposite side here, but I'm firmly going Mac. Even though
Dude,
it's not
don't truck the bend.
Mac. Yeah, I gotta go Mac too.
And I know it's not super traditional Thanksgiving, but it's my fave.
I'm going mashed.
Well,
So we have taters,
votes are
mashed. Ooh,
mac and
it's
taters,
a
taters.
cheese letting,
It's a walloping.
Yes.
not scalloping, but a walloping.
Oh. Kind of got another Mac there. Not enough though.
Nope.
Not enough.
Eric also
mashed
says
is-
Mac is not for turkey days.
She's putting some noodles in her taters.
Now I like noodles, but I've never had them on Thanksgivings.
I want Garen in my taters.
Oh, I don't like Garen.
Mix
Those.
it up.
Do you
Mix
like
it
those
up.
KFC bowls with the Garen in them?
I've never
See-
had one, but I think I would like
I
it.
ask them to pick the Garen out one at a time, one kernel at a time. I don't even
Oh,
care if you
you
got
get
gloves on
Jimmy
your.
Mays.
I don't care if you have gloves on your hands or not. Pick out the kernels.
Or you can eat the bowl and pick out the kernels yourself when it comes out the other side.
No, no, I don't. I just don't. I just order it without. I order it sans
Ew.
Garen.
Too much.
And
We have dignity on this show.
Come on, Eric.
dignity.
Jeez.
dignity.
This is TV 14, not TV 7.
Josh says mashed Mac parfait. I'm glad that sounds interesting.
That does.
So that
No
does sound
fruit in it, hopefully.
KFC invention right there.
All right, so we have our winner of the left bracket, for lack of a better term. Now we have yams. Now, I want to be honest with you. Whichever team made it to the championship game on one side is going to determine my answer on this side. You see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm throwing down?
I am.
Because we have yams versus rolls.
Do
Well,
you
the
still wanna
choice is
pick it?
easy. When you have mashed potatoes on one side, you got to have something to truck it all around.
rolls.
You can't have yams and mashed potatoes.
No.
I guess you could, but
Too much starch.
not crack. Not,
I'm not doing laundry. I'm eating Thanksgiving meal, damn it.
boy, that was the biggest old man comment of the night right there. Too much starch.
Next, we're going to hear about all this stuff.
Make
Gives
your
them
sugar
heartburn.
act up. Makes your
Heartburn
pee
and
hurt.
all the desserts are rich.
I want my dessert impoverished, please. My name's Wilbur Brimley. Don't like the starch. Makes my pee hurt. Gives me diabetes.
Oh, that was a slow burn. You want your dessert impoverished.
I can't believe how many yams we have so far.
It is surprising. Savannah with the
Rolls.
yams. Miss Wilson with the rolls. Howard with the yams.
No brebs.
No brebs.
Ooh, there we go.
Rolling with
Thank
the
you, Eric.
rolls.
Rolling with the rolls.
Oh,
Ooh, Jess with the yams.
I think
Yams
Yames
might
are going to
pull-
go.
Pull this out.
Yummy. Well,
Boo.
here. First off, how sad is it that
Rolls.
we apparently can only have one side for our Thanksgiving meal?
Right. No, I mean it. No, I see it as you have a plate with only so much room.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't
we're
mean
narrowing
You're only having one side. It
we're
means-
narrowing it down to one side though. But
Tied.
No, we're just saying which side is the best. I mean, you can
True.
go seed 1 through seed
Yeah.
5 and put them all on
Um,
your plate.
We have 3 Yames and 3 Rolles.
We all three say rolls, right?
Yeah.
rolls.
Rolls
Executive
today.
decision by fiat.
But here's the thing, boys and girls. tournaments don't have two winners. Daniel LaRusso and Johnny didn't both win. Only one won.
You're the best.
He crane kicked you right in the turkey neck.
Nothing's gonna ever pin you down.
And we all know that out in the parking lot, Mr. Miyagi made the asshole punch through the glass, the windows.
That's right.
So it's time for us to punch through the windows and pick a winner. Mashed potatoes versus rolls.
Taters. God, I love me some bread. That's tough. But
Brady's sweating it out.
You know, if there was a bowl of mashed potatoes and there's rolls, here's my quandary, because I have had mashed potatoes I do not like because they're poorly mashed and there's chunks of debris in them.
See, but
a roll is hard to mess up.
But here's the thing: what you just described, my friend, are smashed potatoes. That's a whole different thing.
That is true.
There's nothing wrong with some skins in the game.
Agreed.
Picking a tater or a bean skin out of your...
Oh, but I agree. Thanksgiving is not normally the place for smashed potatoes. That's normally a restaurant type thing, like they'll have, like Applebee's or something. Will have
It's less work, and therefore they think it is being clever.
Yeah,
well, and it's colorful.
Yesterday's baked potatoes they didn't sell and turn them into smashed taters the next day. That's what they're
It's all
doing.
fun and games till somebody comes out with a thrice baked potato.
So well, here's my thing. So I can take my turkey or my ham, and I can coat it with mashed potatoes. Now I'm going to go ahead and assume on my plate in this whole tournament, every time mashed potatoes is moved on, gravy's moved on right along with it, because you got to have gravy with mashed potatoes. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, you can't move on in the tourney without the pep band. And the gravy is the pep band. The gravy's right there cheering the mashed potatoes on.
I would say you can't move on in the tourney without the cheerleaders more so than the pep band.
But I think the gravy is the cheerleaders and the pep band. My point is this. Now, Eric, I know you don't like gravy, but 99% of people out there like gravy on their mashed potatoes.
You think it's that high?
I think it's that high. So I can have my mashed potatoes and gravy with my turkey or my ham, and like we've said earlier, we don't mind them touching. They can be in it, not just up against it. But my roll, I can open up, and I can make a sandwich out of the turkey or the gravy. Or the ham. So is the roll more versatile?
The roll is more versatile.
And if I don't have mashed potatoes, do I even need a roll? The roll is to sop up.
Okay, I'm going to come at this at a different angle here. Okay, the next day for leftovers, do you want the mashed taters or do you want the rolls?
Well,
I want the rolls.
Potatoes do not reheat.
I want the rolls. Well, mashed potatoes reheat fine, but what you'll find is it's like, oh, it's a little bit cold. I think I need to put it back in the microwave. And then the third bite, you'll burn the damn roof of your mouth right off.
Hot like lava.
But it doesn't taste the same when you reheat it.
It spreads out. Something in if you think of mashed potatoes
Starch
as
breaks down is what it is.
The covalent bonding that makes the mashed potatoes breaks down into separate elemental pieces.
I think Eric's right. The starch starts to break apart. Mm-hmm. It becomes de-starched.
Not enough starch.
So
votes from the audience here.
This is tough.
Celie says taters. Jess says taters. Howard says taters. Miss Wilson says rolls. Eric says taters. Savannah says rolls. Miss Wilson says dirty potatoes have the
Dirty
skin mashed
potato.
and smashed or both hand mashed. And whipped potatoes are whipped with a mixer.
Whip, Ed.
So loved.
Harriet. So whip, Ed.
So love, Ed. So Phil.
Hard-hearted Havenger of haggis.
Haggis.
I don't think we changed anybody's mind with our talk, Eric, with our intellectual take on the next day and on sandwiches versus
I think
Soppage.
potatoes are taking the day.
Celia asked, would a thrice baked potato be deep fried for the third step?
Yes.
Well, wouldn't that just be a tater skin?
Well, and can you fry a baked potato?
What?
Isn't
Well,
that
now hang on a
the
second,
game
Celia.
of
like
it?
it's tune.
Celia, what are the things they have at the Mexican restaurant here in Hillsborough that we like? It's basically a excuse me. Healthy. It's that's the good stuff. It's basically these things we
Puts
get at the
hair on
Mexican
your chest.
restaurant in Hillsborough. They're kind of like mashed potatoes, maybe not quite the same consistency, but they have a deep fried shell, and then they put queso cheese on them.
Ooh,
They're fantastic.
goot.
Does sound good.
Adam,
Adam.
how you doing? Adam is a guitar extraordinaire, man. 17-year-old
17-year-old virtuoso.
badass. How you doing, Adam?
All this food talk is making Adam hungry.
Dude, me too, man.
Yes. Thanks for joining us, Adam. Good to see you, buddy. Or good to see that you're on, buddy.
Celia, the next day, mashed taters make great potato pancakes.
God, what, Rosie the Riveter? Were you born in the 30s or what here? What's going on with that? Potato pancakes.
Just gonna go down to the sock hop and have some potato pancakes.
Say, God.
I hear the
Grease
4
lightning.
freshmen are gonna be rocking out the house, bebopping.
I hear
The
this
opening
new,
act, the Pecan Sandies.
I hear this groovy new group called the Crickets are playing down at the Sock Hop.
Frankie and Annette are gonna be there too. None of that old cinnamon.
I believe
Nobody's made a
taters-
potato pancake since 1977.
I believe mashed taters takes it all.
Do we think so?
They're the champion.
Champagne.
All right. So I would say that Adam is our youngest listener.
Yes.
So Papa, there's where they are, Paparolanas. If you guys go to here in Hillsborough,
La Cascada.
La Cascada, it's not on the menu,
Really?
but ask them for the Paparolana.
It's on the secret menu.
Well, it's something that comes with another meal,
Oh,
Gotcha.
and
and
but
used with the sopapilla.
the Paparolana. But so Adam, you're the youngest listener, maybe ever.
Well, that we know of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Adam is 17 years old. Adam, in a final between mashed potatoes and rolls as a Thanksgiving side, what would you pick? It's good to hear the younger generation.
Yeah.
And we can move on and wait for his, but I mean, like,
Howard says tater pancakes or even bean cake.
Bean cakes. That sounds like something you say when you're
well, son of a bean
aliens
cake.
out there. Well, bean cakes are that.
Adam says rolls.
Rolls.
Man.
As a good man, Adam.
By the way, any of our listeners out there, if you want to see the good hands that us old folks are leaving rock and roll in, go check out Adam Furnish on guitar, folks. He's fantastic. He does a lot of acoustic stuff and full band with the Tory Faith Band. So look him up on Facebook and give him a follow. Tory Faith Band. They are playing actually Thanksgiving Eve at the Hillsborough Eagles. If you have nothing to do and you're near Hillsborough, make sure you tell them you're with the band. That's how you kind of get in. And check out Adam and the rest of the band, Tory Faith Band. So very good.
He's not a potato man.
Potato man. Not Mr. Potato.
Adam,
So
I'll
we have
have
a
to
winner.
tell you about the headless Kiesel multi-scale guitar that I've got my eye on sometime.
We have a winner. Mashed potatoes on our bracket is the winner. So you get on Thanksgiving, you get one meat and one side.
There you go.
Turkey and taters.
All right. Going back to our website here before I give us our Thanksgiving match game. That was kind of a game we just played there, I guess, a little bit. But all right. Back to the website. Are y'all seeing that?
I'm seeing it.
All right. So I always talk about the isms, but I can talk about the website in general here. If you want to find the audio episodes, the video episodes, they're all right there at the top of each of our web pages. You can also link to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Honestly, audio-wise, we're found most anywhere you can find an audio podcast. Our YouTube videos are right here in the middle. So you can see the last, what is that? Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3, 15 episodes. 16 actually, if you include the current one there in the big screen on top. You can also register for our email list. And I need to get on that. I haven't sent out an email in a while, but please register for our email list. It kind of lets us know, do you like to listen to the audio? Do you watch the video? Do you like our social media, our website, whatever? All that is pertinent information to us. So that's on all the website pages. Then you can see the menu on the top here, which can show you the different parts of the site. So, on to me.
On to me.
On to me. Okay. We have not done Would You Rather in a while, so we're going to do a Thanksgiving Would You Rather.
Ooh, fancy.
Okay.
Fancy.
And, I mean, we're nothing too randy here, but...
Randy was he?
Randy the cane toad.
Cane toad.
You're having some problems with the missus? Talk to Randy the cane toad.
We've not put him in a poster in a while, Brady.
You sound like Michael the Cane Toad.
Michael. I see what you did there. That was a slow burn, too. Blame it on Rio.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I know what you just thought of when you were.
Not see, instantly I thought of the woman in red, though. Or is it the lady in red?
Lady in red. Well,
which was not Michael Caine, but for whatever reason, I thought of that when you said that.
Actually, wasn't there a movie called both those things, The Woman in Red and The Lady in Red?
You're thinking of The Man with One Red Shoe with Tom Hanks.
I was not in that one.
Here's the thing. If there was a movie called The Man with One Red Shoe, could have it also been called The Man Without One Red Shoe?
I suppose so.
That's deep. You think about that as the night goes on.
The man without a matching red shoe.
There you go.
Barefootman that is missing a red shoe.
All right. Would you rather? And we'll just do a few of these here as we round out our show. And, of course, audience participation is greatly appreciated here.
Keep it score.
All right. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just good for discussion here. I don't know if we keep score. We'll just throw these things out there and discuss. So, would you rather, and this is always a key question at Thanksgiving time, would you rather have a grand family gathering or just spend it with your immediate family?
Grand. I want to see my extended relatives from time to time. Well, actually, I love my extended relatives. I want to see them all the time. But yeah, I said Thanksgiving has a special place in my heart, so I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah, Brady,
immediate family.
Okay, immediate. So, how do you define immediate family? Just you, Celia, and your kids?
Celia and the children.
Is that what you're saying?
In the wiener.
Well, no, I consider my mom and dad and brothers and sisters.
Okay. So when you get out to the aunt and uncle version, that's the grand family.
Yeah. I mean that's for summer family unions.
Gotcha. Jess says immediate family. Eric says grand. Brady always had some grand family gatherings at Thanksgiving.
Yep. Good times.
All right. So now I don't think of Thanksgiving as part of this, but I'll put it out there anyway. Would you rather have a getaway or spend Thanksgiving at home?
This ties into the last question in a way.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So
I guess it depends on where your family is, but
I am a fan of travel, and Thanksgiving is one of those times where I don't know about you guys, but I know Eric, you travel on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't think you grew up traveling on Thanksgiving.
No.
So where we're from in the tiny burg of Sardinia. Traveling, I don't think was something that most people did on Thanksgiving.
Define travel. If you're traveling to see family, that doesn't count. But if you're going to the beach in Clearwater to have turkey by the beach.
See, but I think traveling does count to see family. For instance, my brother is in Florida.
Yeah.
So if I were to go there to see him on Thanksgiving, I would count that as traveling. If you're going to Manchester to hang out with your aunt and uncle, I don't think that's traveling. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we didn't grow up in a world where we traveled. Eric, you do travel now, so I think you're more equipped to answer this question.
Well, there's kind of a little description text under these things, and so this may give it a little bit more context. Underneath of this, it says, having a getaway or even a small vacation always seems like a great idea. It's the perfect way to give yourselves the break that you need. So I think it's insinuating you're taking a vacation, not necessarily to a family destination.
Yeah, like I said, like the beach in Clearwater. And that was a poor choice, Todd, because you do have family in Florida. So let me rephrase that. Spending the turkey day in Mexico on the shores of the Caribbean or something.
Gotcha. Family. I mean, to me, that's the point of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think of Thanksgiving as a vacation sort of holiday.
No.
All right. Would you rather spend the day grilling food with family outside or baking stuff with the family indoors? Now, we don't have much of a choice around here.
I was going to say, who grills on Thanksgiving? Now, some people will smoke a turkey.
Yeah.
How they get it in the paper?
You got to have big rolling papers for that.
Yeah.
Let's see. To me, that one's baking. I mean, I'm not going to. I don't lie. I'm not a big. I don't cook. I don't cook, bake, fry. I don't do much in that arena.
There was a place in Over the Rhine that had it was a pop up where they would deep fry your turkey. You bring them your turkey, and they dip it in the deep fryer, and they'll deep fry it for you there on the spot. And that's outside, but that's not the same. It's not over the grill. So, speaking of deep fried turkey, Jessica comments there.
And Josh Michael, outside trash can turkey.
What?
Trash can turkey.
Is that after you consume too much old turkey, and therefore the turkey that you ate for dinner ends up in the trash can?
Deep fried turkey is good. Now, I think you can cook a turkey in a metal trash can somehow.
A turkey is a pretty versatile bleed. I mean, you can make it in a trash can. You can make it in an oven. You can make it in a fryer. You can smoke it. You can just set it on top of your house and wait for the sun to do its job. I mean, you can pretty much do anything with it.
Put it on a solar panel and have green energy turkey.
So I gotta ask Josh.
Green energy bean salad.
Eric, will you pull up Josh's last comment?
Yeah.
And I am being genuine here. I am not being the smart ass that I usually am. Are you actually giving us a method? Like, is this something that you do, Josh? Because I'm very interested.
Put a trash can upside down over a turkey, charcoal all the way around the trash can on top of it.
In this, yeah, he says yes. That is interesting.
That is.
So, yeah.
Celia uses a crack pot.
Celia is the crock pot queen. She's a crock pot wizard.
I have Instapot.
Yeah, what about the Instapot?
I am afraid of the Instapot, to be quite honest with you.
I was, but I am not anymore. In fact, I made some vegetable soup.
Vegetable soup?
In my Instapot.
Really?
Of course, Instapot takes on a completely different meaning in some neighborhoods.
Don't get me started on Afro Man. I'm pissed at that guy.
Hey.
Did I tell you that we were at Milford several weeks back? We went to see Antlers, by the way, at Milford, the Cineplex, whatever it's called there, the The movie house.
Yeah,
Movie
where the
As if I were-
talkies are.
As if I were born in the 30s.
I got you, Eric. I was waiting for the bottle to come up.
So we go to get ice. We go to get ice cream at UDF afterwards, and right there in UDF, getting gas at UDF in a looked like a brand new like Cadillac or something was Afro Man.
Yeah.
And he had a film crew filming him there getting gas.
I asked his daughter about that. He was shooting a music video.
That dude is everywhere. I can't get away from that dude. I mean, he takes her crowd at our people's campground show, and then at UDF, I'm trying to get ice cream, and he's filming a damn music video out in the parking lot.
He's
Yeah,
a local
Jess-
celebrity and a super nice guy.
Yeah, I'm not being negative. I'm not bashing. Ooh, what is that? Looks like
your-
Abraham Lincoln.
That's the
There's
trash
your
can.
trash can.
That is the way Abraham Lincoln cooked his turkey on a top hat.
Kind of looks like a pencil eraser sticking out of the ground.
Uh,
Speaking of blaming on Rio.
Hang on, Jessica has some very interesting comments here. She lives in. We knew he lived in Winchester. I work with his daughter. So Jessica, to kind of explain my joke, which I know explaining jokes is not overly funny, but the band played a campground show this past summer, and we were expecting a big crowd. But we found out that same night at another section of the campground, Afro Man was there and had like 500 people at the show, and so our crowd was taken by Afro Man. So I've been pretty down.
Token.
I have been pretty down on Afro Man. Token.
salty.
Brady, let that sink. It was token. But,
See what
but
you
yeah,
did
so
there.
I have no issues with Afro Man whatsoever. I think it's awesome we have a damn Grammy-nominated artist living in Winchester, Ohio.
Indeed.
I have a Grammy. I forget if they're Grammy nominated or Grammy winning. My neighbor excuse me, in my area, is the drummer of the National,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
yeah.
Afro Man should play the Red Barn in Winchester.
I can see that clogging crew coming, thinking that they're going to be getting some Patsy Cline.
I was going to play the Red Barn, but then I got high.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks here.
Brass knuckles.
Yes. Would you rather
That funky muckle.
be assigned to clearing out a 50-pound pumpkin or be the one to catch a live turkey with your bare hands?
Well,
Pumpkin.
see, at our age, you want no part of a 50-pound pumpkin unless you got a forklift or a lot of buddies. That's no different than somebody calling you and asking you to help move a piano. That's not a friend. If
Well, you're not moving it, you're cleaning it out.
I'll cleaning it out.
Gutting
Okay.
it. You're gutting it.
Good.
As opposed to catching a live angry turkey.
I have no problem with catching a damn gobbler. I'll catch a gobbler.
Oh, you'll catch a dew claw in the carotid artery. Yeah, they're relatives of the Velociraptor. I've seen Jurassic Park. I know how that goes.
You're thinking
They'll
of
knock
chickens.
They'll knock you in the eyeball with that neck scrote, and catch it with the dew
Just
claw, and it's all over.
I'll
man.
say I'll flick him in the neck scrotum. I don't care. I'll take a turkey right out. But I don't want anything to do with a 50-pound pumpkin because here's the thing. Do you mean clear out as in empty it completely out, like hollow it out?
As in, scoop out the innards with your hands.
To be making a pie with its innards,
I don't
with
want
its
to deal with
pumpkin
that.
entrails.
I don't want to deal with that. I'll deal with the turkey. Do you remember at the Founders Day Festival when they used to have the chicken chasing contest or whatever it was, or the chicken?
No?
No,
You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh man.
Maybe
I know
maybe-
one year they had it when they had it out back. It was the same year that Visceral played the right before the fireworks, and it was a contest of I think you just chase chickens.
What else would it be?
Does that surprise you, inserting?
well,
Not particularly, but
At least they were. Never mind. I'm letting that one go.
Chasing them, Brady.
not the other CH word, Brady. Come on.
Caressing them.
So, see, now I'm with Jess. I don't like the feeling of pumpkin. I can't.
Yeah.
Now Josh would take on the 50-pound pumpkin with tannerite. Just blow it to smithereens.
Puree it right there on
And
the
you got
spot.
a yard full of seeds, is what you got.
So now Jess
Eating
is
seeds. I can't even do it.
Seeds. I can't do it. I got COVID throat. It's a pastime activity.
Now Jess brought up the rat game.
Oh, Jessica, you have got to listen to our. I don't know what
Founders Day
number episode it is, but our Founders Day Festival episode, Jessica.
Yeah,
You'll get me going on a rant.
Yeah, we talk about what we refer to as the rat barker.
Yeah, look at the isms on the website. You can see the rat barker there.
We believe that he was giving the rats cocaine.
Cocaine
out of his own pocket.
Jesus Lord help me.
Can I make a terrible joke? This is way off subject, but it was one of those funnies that popped into my head that I got to share. Brutus Buckeye, the Ohio State mascot. All I can think about is he got in trouble with the cocaine, but his name would be Tutus Buckeye. And I giggled when I was trying to go to sleep last night because I was thinking of Tutus Buckeye.
Tutus Buckeye.
All right. Would you rather eat all of the leftovers from Thanksgiving for a month or never be able to eat Thanksgiving food again?
That's easy.
Eat it for a month.
Oh, I would eat. Yeah, I would choose that over most things.
I'm with you. I'm there.
That turkey is hardened to a briquette in the back of the
Even
fridge, and I'll
spoiled.
still get it in. Yeah,
even spoiled. The mashed potatoes would be like blocks of potatoes, squares.
All right. Now, once again, we're getting down to brass tacks.
Sorry,
Would you
Dale.
rather?
Dale Lewis in the house. Real quick, I just noticed.
Oh,
Did you see that comment, Eric?
dude, his name blows. Nice. Josh also with all the leftovers. I'm with that.
Well, and Josh is apparently he'll just throw it in a garbage can and just set it up. I mean,
that's right. Just recook it.
that is impressive.
That is impressive.
Garbage can Mac.
All right, gentlemen. Schmettlemen. Would you rather wash your hair with mashed taters or bathe yourself in gravy?
Ew, I have an educated answer to this. I would grow my hair out, and then I would wash them in mashed potatoes and make dread. I would make spud locks. And but I do not want to sit in gravy.
That is brilliant. People, you've got to tell your friends to check out the podcast because spud locks.
Yes. That's got to go in the ism. Remind me to put that in the ism.
That sounds like somebody that really wanted to be in the gang and like, yo, man, what's your gang name? Spud locks. I mean,
some gangs take a blood oath, and
that's right. Yeah.
Some takes
Spud
a
locks.
tater oath.
Oh, you don't want to mess with spud locks.
Now Josh has a pertinent question here: white or brown gravy, or cat
question.
gravy?
Or shit on a shingle, Josh.
No, white
I would-
gravy up in my biz. Is
I don't want.
just-
I don't want shit on my shingle. I'm gonna say, but here's the thing. I don't know that taking a shower in gravy would be all that bad.
Now, Todd,
Yeah, it
see how you picked the gravy. I don't know what you want to do with that.
Yeah, baby.
I was gonna say that's kind of
Yeah.
dirty.
I'll see you on Thanksgivings.
All the trimmings.
It's just remember, it's called Thanksgivings,
Yes, Josh. White gravy has pepper. in it.
not Thankstakens.
You would not want to get the pepper in your nether regions. That's a valid point.
Hey, did you catch my comment about
I don't know.
Thanksgiving with all the trimmings? All right. Moving right along.
I got a text to send you guys.
Yeah, the show within the show. Todd sending his texts all the time. All right,
One more, Eric.
one more. Yep, got one more. Okay, so would you rather? I guess this kind of goes with the how much do you like your turkeys? Would you rather have only a small piece of Thanksgiving turkey or one whole turkey for yourself?
Huh?
Would you rather have a small piece of Thanksgiving turkey or one whole turkey all for yourself?
I don't see why there's a rather there. I mean, well,
You want a little
do you have to
turkey or
eat
a
like
lot?
the turkey buttle and everything? Are they saying you have to consume the whole turkey, neck and all?
Hang on a minute, Brady. He said the whole turkey, not the turkey whole.
Right.
There's no rule that says you got to eat the turkey buttle.
Well, I'm saying,
But do turkeys even have buttles?
they have cloaca.
All living creatures have a way to excrete waste,
Some of them do it out of their pores.
be it a buttle or somewhere else.
A sloth.
The uric acid from the kidneys and the anal cavity dump to something called the cloaca in a turkey. It's a catch-all, which is why bird poop looks weird. But there's my morehead stage.
That's why Brady wins all the games that require useless knowledge.
Indeed.
I'm going to
Reptiles
say
have them too.
I'm going to say I want the whole turkey because you could always carve off a piece anytime you want.
Well,
With your 1965
I don't understand why that is
Daniel Boone elk bone.
stag-handled knife. But I don't understand why that's an either or, because like it seems to me like there's an unpleasantry. The whole turkey to yourself means you have to eat every single bit of gristle and fat. Or
There's no gristle in turkey.
What are you talking about?
There's no turkey gristle. Is there?
Well, yeah, there's some sinews and connective tissue in there.
some Gary sinews.
There's no sinew. That's good. Sinew.
All right, so Josh.
We just
votes
showed our
for-
age.
Josh votes for a small piece as well as Jess.
I can't believe I just quoted the Great Space Coaster.
You did. That's well done.
That's a deep cut, man.
That was a deep cut.
I remember that in the morning, man, before school.
MT promises.
Yes.
Baxter.
Gary Gnu, Griddle Gorilla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's picking a small piece. So I don't. Will you repeat the question? I mean, because I don't know that. So you either
I don't get it.
Yeah, you get a whole turkey.
Would you rather have only a small piece of Thanksgiving turkey or one whole turkey all for yourself?
Well, that's like saying, hey, do you want this one small bite of filet mignon or do you want the whole filet mignon? I don't see why this would even be a debate.
Well, maybe you don't like turkey.
Well, but either way, then you wouldn't want either one.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
So therefore, I want a lot of Twiggy.
Well, or maybe this. Maybe you have the whole turkey. Okay, so here's the deal. I think I figured it out. If you just would like a small piece of Thanksgiving turkey, which I think it's funny that we're calling it Thanksgiving turkey as opposed to midsummer turkey.
Summer turkey.
But But so you want a small piece of turkey, but let's say you get the whole turkey for the other option, but you don't know how to carve it. You don't know how to get you a small piece of it.
So you go in there face first like your jowls, and you get into that turkey.
I can see that. Then if that's the case, I'm going with a small piece of turkey.
That's a cut.
Now I'm going to have to complete the rest of the lyrics to this. Summer turkey happens fast.
Yeah,
Ate too
complete
much. and it gave me gas.
Yeah, complete that and report back, Brady.
Report will probably be in the lyrics, I'm sure.
Report, yes. All right. That rounds out episode number 79.
Right at the 2-hour mark.
Yes, our Thanksgiving themed episode. Reminder that our audio version of this particular episode will come out Friday morning, day after Thanksgiving, 3 a.m. You can find that most anywhere you can find an audio podcast. Our main ones, according to our numbers, are Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and the iHeartRadio app. You can find us everywhere there. Also, this video will be archived on our YouTube
At the
channel.
Library of Congress.
Exactly. And you can also see it on Twitch. Social media links are on our website, Facebook, Twitter, Instagrams. You can also interact via email, admin@playitbyearpodcast.com. You can also leave a voice message if you click the link at your podcast provider. We haven't had one of those in a while, so we would welcome a voice message from one of our earbuds. So I think that rounds it out, gentlemen. Anything for the good of the order?
I'm not afraid to beg. We would love for someone to call us and leave us a voicemail so we can play it on the air.
Yes.
It has to be not too filthy. It has to be clean.
The earbuds can say what they want to say. It'll be all right.
Yes, yeah. We'll delete it or we'll beep it.
I can just imagine us getting this message. Hey, you got
you mother bleep. Have you ever bleep? Yeah. So I see a lot of people wishing you guys a happy Thanksgiving. We want to do the same to you.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for listening to us. Our small little world here is a lot of fun for us.
Yep.
And we hope that you guys get a good laugh out of us not taking ourselves too seriously, because we all three have jobs where we sometimes seriousness is a burden. So we enjoy getting on here and not taking ourselves too seriously. So thank you guys. And also I did see the comments from a few weeks back. Again, guys, those of you that wished me well, I am not over all the symptoms, but I am COVID free. That's the way to be. So thank you guys so much, and hope everyone has a very happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all.
Yes, we are thankful for you. So I'd like Todd would like to say we appreciate your continued support of our podcast, and hope you continue to do so.
Share us with your friends.
Yes, please do. Once again, we are thankful for you. With that, Todd, take us out.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Gobble, 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 gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.